Hey guys, welcome to the. Now we're gonna do the best films of 2016. I have 10 as well. I have 10 as well. Mitchell has 10, and Saul has 8. So I'm to send the look to send the to send to tell Ribbon the same thing. Right, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Sorry, I'm doing. I had to do stuff. I don't know why. I sent the link to Ribbon, so he'll probably send it to you as well, to you guys. Is it a coinc? Is it also a coincidence that the fact that one of our 2016 movies from this year from this year that we're talking about, the original version in 2016, got a stupid remake this year, which I'm actually seeing that tomorrow. If you actually know what I mean, if you know what I mean, you know. And Mitchell said it. Yep, and Mitchell said it. Yes, Moana got a stupid remake this year. Thank Pray to God that I'm actually gonna actually sing that tomorrow, and well, and yet I still have to work on my Spider-Man Brand New Day review. So I'll just wait for Ribbon to get in. Alright, or is he asleep? I don't know. Probably doesn't realize, but I don't blame him. He probably has to deal with other stuff, and which I don't blame him. Where is it? Oh, he's coming. Oh, Riven's rewatching the new 2022 Marmaduke movie. I don't know what. Hmm. Is Benjamin? Is Benjamin? Oh no. Oh no, I can't. I don't know if I can find anyone else who has it. Maybe. And I can't ask Ethan because he's feeling ill at the moment. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try Adventure Bros fan. Since it's Adventure Bros fan, if he doesn't, if I don't, if it doesn't work, then I'll switch it to Monday. And I cannot do tomorrow because Mitchell has WITT that day. Weird. Oh, I see his phone. His phone song. There's a phone song on his profile picture, so he's active. He'll get you guys the link. Oh, okay.
All right, what's up?
Hey, guessing Venture Bros fan sent you the link, or the Canadian Ribbon?
Yep.
Yo,
Okay.
what's up again?
Yeah,
What's
you
up
did.
again? Now we're ready to do the final part of 2016, the best
Which I've
villains.
multiple honorable mentions, so I'm gonna mention them all now. Hang on. Okay,
And
all
then
my
before, and
honorable
then after that,
mentions.
and after that, get your lists ready.
Yeah. Anyways, before I get my list ready, my honorable mentions, all of them are Sausage Party, the Angry Birds movie, Finding Dory, The Jungle Book 2016, Kung Fu Panda 3, The Secret Life of Pets, Bridget Jones' Baby, and Sing.
Nice.
Anyways, now let's get my list ready.
Michelle, do yours as well.
All right, my honorable mentions are Patriots Day, War Dogs, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, Hunt for the Wilder People, the live-action Jungle Book remake, Cooper and the Two Strings, Deadpool,
I'll get to
Arrival,
Cooper and the Two Strings in a
Zootopia,
bit.
and Deepwater Horizon.
Same for Zootopia. I'll
Yeah.
get to that in a
And my
bit.
other honorable mention is Deepwater Horizon. No.
I was gonna do 6, but there are 2 more movies I decided to add in my top list. That's why I'm doing top 8.
All right.
Which each half of 4 movies in the list are animated movies, and the other 4 half are live action. No difference. Yep, there is no difference.
I'm trying to balance that out when it comes to these streams.
Yep. Each 4. Yep, 4 plus 4.
All right. Got my top 10 ready.
I have top 8.
All right. I'm gonna get mine ready.
All right.
And all my top list are all 10 out of 10 movies, in my opinion. All of them. I've no flaws
Yeah,
with them.
same here, actually. All of them are my top 10 are 10 out of 10s.
Yep, there is no countdowns. No. Yep, to be honest, I don't necessarily do top 15. Mostly.
Yeah.
Unless for countdowns. Which I might watch Moonlight for the first time probably on Monday, I guess.
I'll get to Moonlight in a bit.
Oh yeah, Moonlight.
It's not on my top
I
list yet
Hmm.
because I haven't
I
seen
gave that a 7 out of 10, but it needs a rewatch.
watch list. I do know that La La Land, however, lost to Moonlight.
Yeah, because of the mistake right there.
Yeah, because of the wrong winner in the certificate. Yep, the certificate.
The envelope.
Done the wrong. Or I mean envelope. The envelope.
All right. And now I'm ready. All right, I'm gonna start with my 10.
All right.
And before that, I'm gonna put in the round the table. It's gonna be like before, except without ribbon. So it's me, Mitchell, then Saul. Okay. I'm gonna start
Yep.
with my number 10. My number 10 is a movie which I think barely anyone recognizes this movie. My number 10 is called Lion.
Never heard of this movie until now.
I've seen this movie before. It's great.
this is a pretty good movie. Despite the only flaw I have with it is that, yeah, I'm doing flaws for this stream. This is probably going to be the only one, though. My only flaw is that the pacing can be sluggish on the first half, but it gets better in the second half. But it has really good story. The performances are really good, especially when it comes to Dev Patel. Yeah, he actually is in this movie. It's an improvement over his performance from the 2010 Last Airbender film.
Don't get me started with that movie, honestly.
What movie?
Last Airbender.
The Last
Oh my
Airbender.
god!
Thank God it's not.
My most hated movie of 2010.
Same. Anyways, continue.
Alright, so the story is fantastic. It has a really good screenplay, solid acting, has a solid cinematography. Pacing gets sluggish in the first half, but it picks up on the second half, and a beautiful ending. So that's why Lion is my number 10.
Okay, before you do yours, Mitchell, I have a joke. Mitchell's a fan of The Last Airbender 2010, lol.
Bruh.
Alright, Mitchell, what's your 10? What's your number 10 best?
Okay. My number 10 is a Disney animated movie, of course, and that is Moana, the first film.
I'll get to that movie in a bit. Better than the sequel, which
And
the sequel sucked.
And especially better than the remake we got this
Honestly,
year.
I
Yeah,
enjoyed the
it is
sequel.
better than the remake, especially. Yeah.
Alright, anyways. The animation is gorgeous. Dwayne Johnson and Avio, I can't even pronounce her name
Ali
right. They did a
Carvalho.
really great job.
Carvalho.
Thank you, Saul. Thank you. Yeah,
No
she
problem.
gave a fantastic voice performance as the title character herself, Moana.
And
I really
Ali
like,
Carvalho and Dwayne Johnson also had
Scammels in
good
the movie.
chemistry. Yeah, they had good chemistry in this
agreed.
movie. And this
The story
movie
is
in my
excellent. It
top
has-
list would not be the only Disney movie on the list, but one other one I'll get to in a bit as well.
Yep. Anyways, and the soundtrack is solid, of course. This has one of the best. This and of course the other two movies that have the best soundtrack of 2016. I'll get to those two later. Were all fantastic, and that ending is just excellent. But overall, that's why Moana is my number 10 spot.
My number 9 is actually a live action remake. Shockingly enough. My number 9 is the live action remake of The Jungle Book.
I knew it.
Rewatch.
Yeah, that movie needs a rewatch, in my opinion.
Yeah. Are you guys shocked enough at the fact that there is a live action remake on the best part of the zone of a year?
Yeah, actually enough.
Yeah,
because this is one of the better live action Disney remakes out there.
Yeah.
The story is actually faithful.
I actually saw it in theaters.
Yeah, the story is actually faithful to the source material. The screenplay is fantastic. The acting, especially when it comes to Bill Murray, Ben Kingsley, Scarlett Johansson, and the others.
And not to mention Idris Elba. Yeah, my favorite performance in the movie goes to Idris Elba as Shere Khan.
Yep, Idris Elba. Shere Khan is a pretty good villain. Although this isn't as good as the animated one, but still. The cinematography is well shot. The visual effects on the animal designs look beautiful.
Yep.
And the ending is really good. So that's why The Jungle Book is my number 9. All right, Mitchell, what's your number 9?
Okay, my number 9 is, of course, a movie a heist movie actually. Has Jeff Bridges and Chris Pine. My number 9 is Hell or High Water.
I never heard of that movie.
All right.
Hold on, stupid typos. Not letting me put the word hell.
Okay, there we
There we
go.
go.
Anyways, what can I say? This is definitely a masterpiece right here. The direction of writing is just phenomenal, especially the writing by Taylor Sheridan. I'm gonna have to have a look at that actually, but maybe after the stream actually. But yeah, Jeff Bridges and Chris Pine and even Ben Cross all gave phenomenal performances. I mean, especially Jeff Bridges and Chris Pine, of course. They all give phenomenal performances. The heist scenes are just breathtaking. It's excellent. And the story is just brilliant. And that ending, I could never forget that ending. So overall, that is why Hello High Water is my number 9.
All right, time for my number 8. All right, my number 8 is another movie. It's called. My number 8 is actually going to be Deadpool.
I'll get to that movie in a bit.
Way better than Zoolander 2, because this came out the same day as that movie.
Oh my god, don't get me started on Zoolander 2. Oh my god.
But Mitchell thinks that Zoolander 2 should have been better than this movie.
Oh, Mitchell
Bruh.
loves Zoolander 2 over Deadpool, lol.
All right, so
No.
Bruh.
Deadpool better,
Anyways.
bruh. Anyways, aside from that, go on.
Nah, Deadpool's better. Anyways, let's continue.
This is what to say. This is one of the best X-Men movies is really good. And Ethan, oh yeah, fun fact. Somewhat like next week, somewhere like 2 weeks, we're gonna be watching Dark Phoenix.
Oh my god! Don't get
Oh.
me started on Dark
hell
Phoenix. One of the worst movie of 2019 behind Cats. And Playing with
Yeah,
Fire,
second
which I
worst
still
for me.
think Playing with Fire and especially Cats are the worst of 2019.
Anyways, continue.
Everything about this movie is fantastic, from the story, screenplay, acting, action sequences, visual effects, pacing, and ending. And there you have it. Deadpool is my number 8.
Okie dokie.
All right, Mitchell, what's your 8? And then we'll get to Saw.
Coming up, number 8 is an A24 horror movie from the film directorial debut by Robert Eggers. My number 8 is The Witch.
Ooh,
Watch list.
The Witch.
Yeah. Folks,
It's The Witch.
this is
Lol.
easily my favorite horror movie of 2016. Yeah, pretty much, yes. Robert Eggers did a phenomenal job directing and writing it. I mean, Anya Taylor-Joy gives a phenomenal performance as Thompson, and the scares in this movie are just breathtaking. There's not a lot of jump scares, honestly, but yeah, it's very like creepy as hell. It's definitely the cinematography is gorgeous, and that ending creeped the hell out of me. So overall, my number 8. That is why The Witch is my number 8 pick.
Okay, let's introduce my top list. Starting at number 8 is an MCU movie. My number 8 is Doctor Strange.
Nice.
Yep, the very first ever MCU movie to introduce the new MCU logo from 2016. Anyways, what can I say about this movie? It is amazing from start to finish. Now, this is not the only Marvel movie you will see on my list. There are 2 others in the list that I'll get to in a bit. One is the other MCU movie, and one is a non-MCU Marvel movie. Anyways, the story is really fantastic from start to finish. The acting is really amazing, especially from Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch.
You said close enough.
Not wrong
Yep.
pronunciation, but I kind of said it too fast. Anyways, the visual effects are stunning. Like, this is how you do visual effects for the MCU, an MCU movie. Yep. The action sequences is amazing. Not gonna lie. The pacing is really excellent. The cinematography is so good. And the ending really satisfied me. That is why Doctor Strange is my number 8.
All right. In under 30 minutes, we're already at top 7 now. Probably done this late at night though, but that's no problem. We have 7 more movies left, so that's fine. So coming at number 7 is a Disney animated movie. It's the better one than Moana. I'm gonna say Zootopia is my number 7.
I'll get to that movie in a bit. Just you wait.
All right.
This one's on number 12 for me.
All right, so Zootopia is a really good animated Disney film. The animation looks absolutely gorgeous. The story is fantastic. The animal designs look really good and are well
Yeah.
designed. The acting is really good. The characters are actually very memorable. Well, aside
And not to mention, Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman had great chemistry.
yeah,
They
Nick
had
and Fox,
excellent.
Nick and Judy had really good chemistry together.
Yeah, they had great chemistry.
The other characters are very memorable. Well, except Bellwether.
Which, to be honest, I hate Bellwether.
Yeah, but I won't count her as a flaw in this
I'm
one.
not counting it as a flaw, to be honest, because as I said before, all my top list movies are all 10 out of 10. That's why I don't count it as a flaw.
And the cinematography is well shot. It's fantastically paced throughout, and the ending is really heartwarming. So that's why Zootopia is my number 7. All right, Mitchell, what's your set?
And the song for this movie is a banger.
Oh, the soundtrack is a banger indeed as
Yep.
well.
Yeah,
All right, Mitchell, what's
just
your
as
number
good
7?
as the end.
Okay.
This song for the second movie.
Hey. Yep. Yeah, anyways, my number 7 is a coming-of-age teenage movie from 2016. My number 7 is The Edge of 17.
I never heard of that movie before.
Yeah, this has Haley Steinfeld in it.
Yeah, the Edge of My Age.
Oh yeah, the person
Yep.
who also played Hawkeye, Gwen Stacy, and even Mary from Sinners. Yep, Gwen Stacy from
And
the
don't forget
Spider-Verse
Vi from
movies.
Arcane.
Oh yeah, that too. And she's going to play
Anyways.
Billy Doe in Hex.
Yep, that's right. Anyways, what can I say? This is my favorite comedy movie of 2016, actually. I mean, the story is just brilliant. Haley Steinfeld gives a fantastic performance, of course, as Nadie, actually. Same thing with Woody Harrelson as her teacher, actually. I mean, the direction and writing, all done by the director who did All You Dear God, It's Me, Margaret, were just phenomenal. And that ending is just phenomenal. But overall, that is why The Edge of 17 is my number 7 pick.
All right, Saul, how about you?
Okay.
What's your number 7?
My number 7 is an animated movie I first watched back in 2023 that needed a rewatch. It is Your Name. It's an anime movie.
Nice. Needs
I'll
a watch
get to that
list.
in a bit.
It is a perfect Studio Ghibli movie. It's just as good as Spirited Away. Anyways, the story is really stunning from start to finish. The animation is really amazing. Yep, it is animated movie. Voice acting is really good. The characters are so likable. The pacing is very solid. And the ending is very terrific. That is why it's my number 7.
All right, coming at number 6 is a movie. Is actually a fantastic movie I watched. Starring Jeremy Renner and Forrest Whitaker, and it's actually one of the best army-like movies ever made. This is not the only army movie you'll be seeing in this list. Coming at number 6 is Arrival.
Honorable mentions for me. It's number 13.
Yeah, this is really good. This is a really good army movie. This is not the only one you'll see. You'll see one even better. And one I actually watched as a kid, actually. The story is fantastic. The screenplay is really good. The fighting sequences are actually well shot due to the fantastic cinematography. The acting is really good, especially when it comes to Jeremy Renner and Forrest Whitaker. And this is the same guy that directed Prisoners, funny enough. And the pacing is well. I had no problems with it, and the ending just leaves you in pure awe. So that's why Arrival is my number 6. All right, Mitchell, what's your 6?
Coming up number 6 is it's an MCU movie, and I consider this to be the best one in this franchise. Coming up number 6 is Captain America: Civil War.
I'll get to that in a bit.
Wow, I have the same pick as you.
All right.
What a coincidence right here.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, this is my favorite Captain America movie. I mean, the story is excellent. This is actually Batman vs. Superman done right, actually. I mean, the performances, especially from Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and Scarlett Johansson, were all phenomenal. The action sequences were all phenomenal. And this is a great introduction to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, of course.
Oh, not to mention Chadwick Boseman.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, what an excellent introduction to Chadwick
died back in
Black Panther.
2020.
Yeah, he was so young.
And what I says, this is an improvement for Chadwick Boseman after he was in Gods of Egypt. Don't get me started with that movie.
Oh my god, don't get me started on Gods of Egypt.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, that final battle scene is breathtaking. So those explains my reasons why Captain America: Civil War is my number 6.
Okay, my number 6 is the same movie Mitchell mentioned, Captain America: Civil War. Okay, this is the best Captain America movie.
Riven says he's almost done.
Oh, anyways, the story is really memorable from start to finish. Yep, it has a memorable story from start to finish. The acting is really amazing, especially from Chris Evans, Chadwick Boseman, and even Robert Downey Jr. Yep, Robert Downey Jr. The visuals are really amazing. The visual effects, the fight and action sequences are really cool. Especially in the final battle scene. Like, this is one of the best final battle scene for a 2016 movie. The pacing is really stunning, and the ending is so satisfying. That is why this movie is my number 6.
Oh boy, we're in the top 5 now, folks. Coming at them. My number 5 is a really good movie, which I believe everyone's probably has this as their number 1. Well, except Solve, probably. Used to be, for some people, it used to be their number 1, but they've been losing interest in this movie. My number 5 is Manchester by the Sea.
Never heard
Hell
of
yeah.
that movie.
I'll get to that in a bit.
Army watch list.
Oh boy. This is a really good film. The story is really good, but Casey Affleck and Michelle Williams have good chemistry. The the acting is really good, especially from the two people, like I just said. The cinematography is well shot. This has one of the best looking cinematographies of the year. This has the best pacing of the year. And
Not to mention, Lucas Hedges did a phenomenal job doing his performance in this too.
yeah, and so did Kyle Chandler. And the ending is really good. So that's why Manchester by the Sea is my number 5. All right, Mitchell, what's your 5?
Okay, my number 5 is a war movie directed by Mel Gibson, starring Andrew Garfield. Coming in number 5 is Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, I'll get to that in a bit.
That's another movie on my watch list.
Folks, this right
Sorry
here
about the
is
cough.
Mel Gibson's best film that he's ever directed, besides for Braveheart. I mean, Andrew Garfield gives a phenomenal performance as Desmond Doss. I mean, same goes to Sam Worthington, aka Jake Sully from Avatar, and of course Vince Vaughn. And Mel Gibson's direction is phenomenal, especially the writing. And the action scenes were absolutely brutal, of course. They and intense. I mean, pretty much. This is basically about Desmond Doss saving a single soldier's life during the World War II. Actually, I mean, pretty much. It's based off a true story, actually. But yeah, folks, that is why Hacksaw Ridge is my number 5 pick. Well done, Mel Gibson. Well done.
Okay, now I'm on the top 5. My number 5 is a Disney animated movie directed by what's the director? Hang on. John Musker and Ron Clements. My number 5 is Moana.
Nice.
This is way better than the awful sequel, and especially way better than the god awful live action.
Yeah, remake we got this year.
Opinion
Yeah.
handle. I actually like the sequel.
Well, to be honest, the sequel sucked, but I think the live action remake is even worse in comparison.
I'm actually
Which-
seeing the remake tomorrow.
Which is the live action remake of it makes Moana look like a masterpiece in comparison. Compared to that live action remake I mentioned. Anyways, aside from that, this is an amazing Disney movie to sit through, and this is not only a Disney movie that you'll see in the list. There's another one that I'll get to in a bit. Anyways, the story is really good from start to finish. The acting is really terrific, especially from Ali Cravel-Ho and Dwayne Johnson as Moana and Maui. They had excellent chemistry. The soundtrack and musical numbers is really amazing. My favorite song in the movie has to go to You're Welcome. It was a banger. Not gonna lie. Oh, and also Shiny. also a banger. The animation is really amazing. Like, this is the greatest animation style I've ever seen. The pacing is pretty good, and the ending is very satisfying. That is why Moana is my number 5. I'll be right back.
While he's gone, I'll do my number 4.
Alright.
My number 4 is another army film. My number 4 is Hacksaw Ridge.
Hell yeah.
This is Mel Gibson at his best. Or is it probably? I don't know what's better. Or his other role. The story is fantastic. Has a really good screenplay. Fantastic performances. And it's actually a really good biopic. It's almost like one, but it's not really one. The cinematography is well shot. The fighting sequences are really good. And the ending is really good. So that's why Hacksaw Ridge is my number 4. Alright, Mitchell, what's your 4?
Okay. My number 4 is a movie that is actually from Saul's country, actually. Ireland. Coming in number 4 is Sing Street.
Oh. Okay. Alright.
Yeah,
Watch
this is directed
list.
by John Kerry.
Alright. Continue.
Folks,
Go.
I gotta say, this movie is just phenomenal. I mean, it has perfect storytelling. The performances from the cast, especially from Lucy Bryson for Bohemian Rhapsody, were all phenomenal. And the direction and writing by John Kerry
And
is just
I'm back.
fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, in case you
Hey,
missed
Saul,
Saul,
look what's my number 4.
Sing Street. Watch this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an Ireland movie, you know, your country.
Yep, it's set in my country, of course.
Oh, and if you missed it, my number 4 was Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah. Anyway,
Still on my
so
watch
and
list.
yeah, the soundtrack is phenomenal. This and the next movie, which I'll mention later on, had the best soundtrack of 2016. Yeah, but yeah, and that ending is just amazing. But overall, that is why Sing Street is my number 4.
Okay, my number 4 is a non-MCU Marvel movie about the masked character. My number 4 is, of course, Deadpool.
Nice.
Anyways,
Hey, Ribbon.
Canadian Ribbon, if you missed all my honorable mentions, I don't have time to mention. Anyways, if you missed my number 8 to 5, number 8, they are Doctor Strange for number 8, Your Name for number 7, Captain America Civil War for number 6, and Moana for number 5. Anyways, Deadpool is a really perfect non-Marvel Cinematic Universe Marvel movie. Like, the story is really engaging, start to finish. Like, it was really great. The visuals are really cool. The acting is really amazing, especially from Ryan Reynolds himself as Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool. The pacing is really amazing. The action sequences are fantastic. The direction by, director of Deadpool. The directing by Tim Miller is really amazing. The dialogue is really great. The humor is so funny. I literally can't stop laughing every time the humor lands because it was so hilarious. And the ending is really good. That is why Deadpool is my number 4.
Alright, Canadian Ribbon, since you have 10 And you already sent me your list back when we did the worst. What's your number 10?
All right. My number 10 is La La Land.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Get
get
in
to
a
that
bit.
movie in a bit. Just you wait.
I can see why it was nominated for Best Picture, but for me, I find this one to be okay. But I get into my positives first. I really love the color grading. It looks visually beautiful. I like the cinematography. I like most of the acting, especially when it comes to both Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah, they had amazing chemistry together.
Yes, they have a good chemistry. I like all the dancing choreography moments, especially the bar scene where, fun fact, it was filmed by one camera on that scene. No,
The costume designs are really good.
Yes, they're really good. I like the film's production design, and I like the musical numbers. If I were to have any flaws, I was gonna say this: both of the story and the screenplay are just okay for the most part. The pacing is my issue. It felt like it was taking 4 hours to finish. Um, and I'm not a huge fan of the ending, and that's why La La Land is my number 10. Alright, my number 9. Alright, my number 9 is Patriots Day.
That's on my honorable mentions as well.
Nice. It's about Boston Marathon bombings.
Yes, that film is actually based on that event as well.
Back in 2013.
Yep.
Oh, shocking fact, I was actually there during the time.
What?
Holy crap.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was actually there.
You were there
Yeah,
on that time.
Yeah, but I was like far away from the marathon. I was in Boston, but I was not near the marathon.
Damn.
But don't worry, I don't even remember what happened to me that day.
Damn.
That is crazy. But anyways, I think they did it so well in this film. They did it wonderfully. I like the story. I think it's nicely adapted to what happened during the time at the Boston bombing marathon. The screenplay, they did a phenomenal job, and the directed by Peter Berg is wonderful. And keep in mind, he's the same director who made Battleship from 2012 4 years prior.
I haven't seen Battleship yet,
Oh, not to mention, he also directed another movie from that year
but I have
that
heard of
also
it.
has Mark Wahlberg, which is Deepwater Horizon.
I still need to check that, but anyways, most of the acting is wonderful, especially when it comes to Mark Wahlberg, John Goodman, and J.K. Simmons. But out of all the performances, my favorite easily goes is actually going to be a tie between Mark Wahlberg and J.K. Simmons. The cinematography is nicely well shot. I actually love the editing. I love the moments where it cuts to actual footages of the bombing. They did phenomenal of the film's editing. I actually don't mind the pacing here. It's a mixed bag for me, but I actually don't mind it. All the film's visual effects and sound design are wonderful, and the musical score, both done by Ikeas Ross and Trent Reznor, they did a phenomenal job. And keep in mind, one of the composers is the same one who did the composer of Challengers, Gone Girl, The Social Network, Soul, Tron Ares, and Mutant Mayhem. And the ending to the film is just beautiful. And that is why Patriots Day is my number 9. Alright, number 8. My number 8 is actually going to be an animated Disney movie. And no, I'm not talking about Zootopia, which it's unfortunately is not
I'll
on my
get to Zootopia in a bit.
which unfortunately is not on this list. But my number 8 is Moana.
Nice. Oh, fun fact, Ribbon. I'm actually seeing
I
the
mentioned
remake
that
tomorrow.
in my number 5.
What are you trying to say, Chase?
I'm actually seeing the
Same.
remake tomorrow.
Oh,
I pray
The
for your
live action
sanity. I pray for your sanity.
I was originally gonna put the live action remake of it on my number 3 worst of the year, but instead number 6.
Yeah. Anyways, I actually like this one than Zootopia a bit more. Not gonna lie. The story is nicely well done from start to finish. The writing by Jared Bush is beautiful, and keep in mind, he's the same guy who did the writing of the 2 Zootopia films.
And he
Encanto.
directed Zootopia too. He actually directed it.
Yep. Anyways,
He was a
He,
co-director of Zootopia, but the director of the second.
and
Anyways, go on.
unfortunately, he's one of the writers for the Moana remake.
Oh my god.
Anyways, the animation here, they look beautiful, especially when it comes to the animation from Te-Ka, Te-Fiti, Maui's shapeshifting abilities, and much more. The voice
And
acting,
has good musical numbers. Like my favorite song in the movie easily has to go to both Shiny and You're Welcome.
anyways, most of the voice acting, they did a really good job in this one. My favorite performance goes to Dwayne Johnson as Maui. But unfortunately, 10 years later, he was downgraded in the remake. The editing, I actually like the editing here. And I actually don't mind the pacing in this one. The lighting, they look beautiful. And speaking of which, let's get into the musical numbers. Most of the musical numbers, they're all really catchy. I actually like most of them. But my favorite songs in the film are We Know the Way, Shiny, and I Am Moana.
Unfortunately, We Know the Way got ruined in the live action remake at the end of the live
Yeah, unfortunately.
action. Oh my god.
The musical score by Mark Mantegna, he did a phenomenal job. And in fun fact, he's the same music composer who did Tarzan, Junior 2, Twister, Speed, Brother Bear, and The Sea Beast. And the climactic battle and its ending are just so entertaining and wholesome. That is why Moana is my number 8. Alright, my number 7. My number 7 is going to be a Star Wars film. My number 7 is Rogue One.
I forgot to
I
mention
put this
that
in
in
number
my
18
honorable
in my
mentions.
honorable mentions.
I forgot to mention that in my honorable mentions.
Nice.
Gareth Edwards, you did a really good job in this one. You did a phenomenal job directing Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Although I slept in the theater before watching this, but at least I was entertained years later while watching on Disney Plus. The story is so well engaging from start to finish. The writing by Chris Weitz and Tony Guillory is wonderful. Most of the acting, they actually did a really good job in this one. My favorite performance goes to Diego Luna as Cassian Andor. And not to mention, the appearance of Darth Vader is so badass, especially when it comes to the hallway scene.
Oh,
That scene is iconic as hell. The cinematography by Greg Fraser is wonderful. The editing, I actually don't mind this one. The visual effects are stunning. I feel like this should have won Best Visual Effects, but I actually don't mind that Jungle Book took the Oscar. I actually don't mind it. All the action sequences in the film are so entertaining. The musical score by Michael Giacchino is wonderful, and the ending to the film is, as I said before, iconic because of the hallway scene. That is why Rogue One: A Star Wars Story is my number 7.
All right, your number 6.
All right, my number 6. My number 6 is another animated film, but it's going to be the last one on my list. My number 6 is Kubo and the Two Strings.
I will get to that movie in a bit. Just you wait.
Rewatch.
Yeah, rewatch.
And it needs a rewatch as well, since the last time I rewatched it was 2024.
Maybe you should rewatch it just to prepare for Wildwood.
Yep. Along with Coraline, Paranorman, the Box Trolls, and even the Missing Link.
Yep.
Yeah. The first two are rewatches. Kubo rewatch. Box Trolls and Missing Link are first time watches.
I'm just gonna say this, but I feel like this film should have won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature. I'm just gonna say it right now.
I find Zootopia a masterpiece.
Yeah, even though I like Zootopia, but I think in my heart, I feel like Kubo and the Two Strings should have won Best Animated Feature in some cases. All right. The highlight of the movie is the animation. They did a phenomenal job with the animation.
Oh yeah.
From
the
start to
stop
finish.
motion.
Yep. The story and the writing, they're both wonderful. And one of the writers is actually Chris Butler. Who, keep in mind, he's the same guy who wrote Paranorman, Missing Link, and funny enough, Masters of the Universe from this year.
Oh yeah, Travis Knight also directed, and not to mention, Travis Knight also directed Bumblebee and Masters of the Universe, and he's going
Yes.
to direct Wildwood. In fact,
Yes,
he's the
that's
CEO
correct.
of Leica.
Yes, that's true, yes. He directed Masters of the Universe and soon to be Wildwood.
And even Bumblebee.
Yep. Most of the voice acting are beautiful, especially when it comes to Art Parkinson as Kubo. My favorite performance in the movie goes to Rooney Mara as the sisters. They contained some of the most badass lines I've ever heard in animation film.
And I know that Ralph Fiennes is also in this movie, which he did, of
Yes,
course, play
that's
the villain.
correct. He played as the Moon King. That's correct.
Oh yeah, the same guy who played as Ramesses from The Prince of Egypt.
Yep,
and
and not to mention Lord Voldemort in the Harry Potter series.
And also one character from 28 Years Later.
Yep. The cinematography by Frank Pangingham is beautiful to look at, especially when it comes to Kubo's long journey. The editing by Christopher Murray is wonderful. I actually don't mind the pacing, considering that this movie is only 102 minutes. The visual effects look stunning, and funny enough, this is one of the few animated movies to be nominated for Best Visual Effects. One of them is Nightmare Before Christmas. The musical score by Dario Marianelli, if I pronounced that name wrong, he actually did a phenomenal job. And he's the same guy who composed V for Vendetta, and not to mention Bumblebee as well. And the ending to the film is just so entertaining to watch, especially when it comes to all the film's action sequences. And that is why Kubo and the Two Strings is my number 6. Now we're into the top 5.
All right, Raven, what's your 5?
All right. My number 5 is a Marvel film that is there's another one on my number 4, which I'll get to it in a bit. My number 5 is Captain America: Civil War.
I'll get to that in a bit.
which I've just mentioned that to my number 6
Same.
minutes ago. Bruh.
Brave New
Captain
World?
America, Brave New World
Captain
came out in
America, Brave New
2025,
World?
bruh. You're getting clipped for that.
There's no way. There's no way.
Somebody
There's
clip
no
that.
way. Chase,
Besides, Brave New World's not
Chase?
a 2016 movie.
What?
look. Captain America, Brave New World.
You mean
that's like
Captain
what the
America Civil War? No. No. No.
Africa.
that's 9 years early.
Bruh.
What is
It didn't release until 9 years later, dummy.
You're getting clipped.
That's dumb noises.
Anyways, I say a Captain America film. This should have been an Avengers film. For me. I was fascinated watching this movie in every single way. The story is so well engaging from start to finish. The screenplay is beautifully written, giving the characters such compelling dialogues. Most of the acting is phenomenal. My favorite performance of the movie goes to Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, aka Black Panther. And not to mention Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man as well. He's my second favorite.
And not to mention Chadwick Boseman.
I've already mentioned that as my favorite performance.
Yeah, rest in peace to him.
Yeah, rest in peace to him. And funny enough, he actually passed away one day before my birthday. That's sadly.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, like I said earlier.
Anyways, the cinematography by Trent Opalach is excellent. And keep in mind, he's the same cinematographer who did Avengers Infinity War, Endgame, The Winter Soldier, and District 9. The editing is nicely well conducted. I actually don't mind the pacing. They gave us time to feel about the movie itself. The CGI and visual effects are stunning from start to finish. All the film's action sequences are nicely well choreographed. And then that one scene where Tony Stark learns that the Winter Soldier kills Tony Stark's parents is haunting to watch. And we can literally see Tony Stark's crash out. That scene is creepy as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's very frightening.
Mm-hmm. And the ending to the film, including Stan Lee's cameos, are excellent. And that's why Captain America Civil War is my number 5. I wish it could have been an Avengers film, but I'm fine with it. Now time to go into my number 4 now.
And then you'll be caught up with us.
Yep. And speaking of which, my number 4 is another Marvel film, which will be the last one on my list. My number 4 is Deadpool.
I just mentioned that earlier.
Wow. You have the same pick as me. I've just mentioned that minutes
Funny enough.
ago.
Anyways, I had a fun time watching this movie. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is fucking hilarious from start to finish. Especially when it comes to his fourth wall breaking.
Oh yeah, he was like this fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break.
Yep. The story is nicely faithful to its source material. Same goes for the writing. And as I said before, Ryan Reynolds gave out a hilarious performance as Deadpool, and possibly the best one yet. The cinematography is nicely well shot. the editing by Julian Clarkey is excellent. I actually don't mind the pacing here. All the film's CGI and visual effects is really good. All the film's action sequences are nicely well done. Musical the musical score by Tom Holkenberg is excellent. He composed a lot of films, including the recent Godzilla and Kong films. And
Oh, yeah.
and the film's humor is hilarious from start to finish. And the
And I
ending
do know that there is one pop culture reference of Adventure Time as a watch.
Yep. And the ending to the film is just beautiful. And that is why Deadpool is my number 4.
All right, now we are caught up. Let's get to my number 3. My number 3 is a MCU movie that some people mentioned already, but I haven't yet. So my number 3 is Captain America: Civil War.
I've
Ah,
just mentioned
yes.
that earlier.
Yeah, shocking this high. Well, not really, but the story is really good. This has one of the best action sequences for 2016. The screenplay is really good. The acting is really good. My favorite performance in the film easily has to go to Chadwick Boseman, which rest in peace to him, of course. This the editing is really good. I didn't mind the pacing here, and the ending is absolutely fantastic to sit through. So that's why Captain America: Civil War is my number 3. All right, Mitchell, what's your 3?
Okay, my number 3 is a musical movie from 2016. My number 3 is La La Land.
Oh, I'll get to that.
I'll get
Nice.
to that movie in a bit. Just you wait.
Ah, yes. This right here is my favorite musical movie of all time. You know, pretty much the story is excellent. The cinematography is absolutely gorgeous. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone both gave phenomenal performances. The direction
In
and
fact,
writing
they
by
have
Damien
excellent
Chazelle,
chemistry.
indeed. The direction and writing by Damien Chazelle is phenomenal. I mean, this. Keep in mind, this is from the same guy who did Whiplash, of course.
I was going to say that. He also made what's that? What's it pronounced?
Babylon
Babylon.
and First Man. Yeah. Anyways, that ending is absolutely fantastic, and the musical numbers and the soundtrack is just phenomenal. This is the best soundtrack of 2016 as well. So overall, that is why La La Land is my number 3.
Okay, time to get to my number 3. My number 3 is the second last animated movie on the list. Long While the
Well,
last
Saul's
one will
turn.
be one other animated movie I'll get to in a bit. Anyways, my number 3 is Zootopia.
Nice.
This movie is absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. The story is really stunning from start to finish. The animation is really amazing. The voice acting is really good. Like Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman did excellent performances as Judy and Nick. They had great chemistry. I mean, awesome chemistry whatsoever. The humor in this movie is so funny. I literally can't stop laughing at the humor. The pacing is really good. Most of the characters are very memorable, especially the duo I just mentioned. Yep, the two main characters. Except for the villain. I'm not counting the villain as my flaw because I actually find Zootopia peak. And it is a 10 out of 10. That's why I'm not counting it as a flaw. Anyways, The screenplay is really good, and the ending is really satisfying, and the soundtrack, especially the song for this movie, is really amazing. That is why Zootopia is my number 3. Well done, Disney. Well done.
All right, Ruben, what's your number 3?
All right. Um, my number 2. Sorry, my number 3.
Two.
Sorry, forgive me. I thought Roy number 3. Number 2. Sorry. Um, my number 3 is actually a kaiju film on that was made on Japan. My number 3 is Shin Godzilla.
Watch list.
Oh, I've forgotten about that movie.
I'm surprised y'all said watch list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no wonder why this is my top 3 for the movies in 2016. Considering that how haunting this film is through and through.
And how frightening, I believe.
Oh my god, it's so frightening. It makes you like stare at the screen after those scenes. Just you'll see once you watch it. The story is nice. Is actually interesting from start to finish, and they actually did a good job on it. The screenplay by Hideaki Anno is excellent. And keep in mind, he's the same guy who wrote Shin Ultraman as well. Most of the acting is phenomenal, especially when it comes to our main leads. The design for Godzilla is haunting. Like I'm gonna pull up an image. And not to mention his atomic breath. It created one of the most iconic moments in the franchise's history. Which I'm gonna pull up an image. Here, this is what it looks like. Can you pull up an image? Yeah, look at this design. It looks haunting.
Damn.
Yeah,
It is very wow, that is very not only haunting, but that is very frightening as well.
Yeah, his design is haunting. And that atomic breath scene, that scene created one of the most iconic moments in the franchise's history.
Yep.
The cinematography is nicely well shot from start to finish. The editing is nicely well conducted. I actually don't mind the pacing, considering that it's only 2 hours long. This CGI and the visual effects looked beautiful from start to finish. The musical score is haunting, like especially on that atomic breath scene as well. That soundtrack on that scene is also one of the most iconic musical scores in the franchise's history. And the ending to the film is just beautiful, and that is why Shin Godzilla is my number 3. Alright, we're now in the top 2.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right, my number 2 is a movie that that's all going to mention in a bit, and my number 2 is La La Land.
I'll get to that movie
Nice.
in a bit. Just you wait.
Hell yeah.
Folks, this is a really good film. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone gave out fantastic performances as well, and this is from the same people that directed Whiplash, if I'm right or not. And
Yeah,
the
the same
cinematography is well
director.
shot. It has a very fantastic screenplay. I had no problems with the pacing, and this movie is really good. So that's why La La Land is my number 2. All right, Mitchell, what's your number 2?
Okay, my number 2 is the last animated movie you will see on my list, and it's from Japan. Coming in number 2 is Your Name.
Nice.
I've mentioned that earlier.
Folks, this is my favorite animated movie of 2016. I mean, it has beautiful animation, excellent dialogue, and the voice acting is just breathtaking. And of course, the two main leads are just amazing, and that ending is just amazing. It's just very, very emotional. So those reasons why that explains Your Name is my number 2.
Okay, time to get to
Alright,
my
so-
number 2. My number 2 is the last animated movie on the list. It is a stop motion movie, Kubo and the Two Strings.
Nice.
It is,
Alright.
without question, the best animated movie of 2016. in my
Hell
opinion.
yes, Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yep, that's right. The story is really stunning from start to finish. The voice acting is really amazing, especially from Art Parkinson. The best performance easily has to go to Ralph Fiennes as the Moon King. Yep, the same guy who played Ramesses, Victor Quartermain, and even Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. Yep, Lord Voldemort. He also played Dr. Kelson from 28 Years Later and Bone Temple. Anyways. Oh, and he also played Alfred Pennyworth. Anyways. The animation is really amazing. This is the best animation style for a Leica animated movie since Coraline. Ahem. The pacing is really good. The action sequences is crazy as hell. Yeah, really crazy as hell. The screenplay is really amazing. The dialogue is very good. And the ending really satisfied me. That is why Kubo and the Two Strings is my number 2 best movie of 2016. Well done, Leica. Well done.
Alright, Canadian Ribbon, what's your number 2?
All right. My number 2 is the Oscars Best Picture winner. My number 2 is Moonlight.
I'll get to that. in a
I
bit.
still need to
Rewatch.
watch Moonlight.
I think this is. No wonder this is why it won Best Picture. It's absolutely no wonder why. The story is. It's so well engaging from start to finish. The screenplay by Barry Jenkins and his direction of the film is excellent. But unfortunately, he's the same guy who will later on direct the infamous Mufasa the Lion King.
Oh my god.
Which, oh my god, how the mighty have fallen.
Thank god I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 3 instead of Mufasa the
Same.
Lion King.
Same.
Which I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in 4DX.
Most of the film's acting in the film is
Yeah,
wonderful. They all did a phenomenal job. My favorite performance in the movie goes to Mustafa Ali as Yang. He did a phenomenal job here. And he was supposed to play as Blade, but unfortunately, it got cancelled recently. The cinematography is nicely well shot. The editing is breathtaking. I actually don't mind the pacing from start to finish. The musical score by Nicholas Britell is wonderful. And keep in mind, he's the same music composer who did Don't Look Up, Cruella, and Jay Kelly. Um, the lighting in the film is beautiful. They actually did a good job of the film's lighting. Um, the ending to the film is just beautiful. No, okay, it's no wonder why this film won Best Picture. And that is why Moonlight is my number 2 and Gary for my number 1 soon because holy moly, here we are.
Number 1.
When we think
Number
that La La
one.
Land would have been the real winner. But anyways, number 1.
All right, coming at number 1 is a movie Ribbon just mentioned. That is Moonlight. All right, so this movie is very fantastic from start to finish. I have legit no flaws with this movie. Everything works flawlessly from the story, screenplay, acting, cinematography, editing, pacing, and all that. So that's why Moonlight is my number 1. Watch this if you have the time.
Okay.
All right, Mitchell, what's your number 1?
My number 1 pick, of course, you already know what it is. My number 1 pick is Manchester by the Sea.
All right, nice.
I still need to watch that movie.
Folks, this right here is peak cinema. I mean, Casey Affleck is one of his best performances
mean
as
cinema?
Lee Chandler.
Because
Yeah,
you
peak
sound like
cinema.
you mispronounced cinema.
Yeah, I know that. But anyways, Michelle Williams also gives one of her best performances in the movie too. And Lucas Hedges was phenomenal in the movie as well. Kenneth Lonergan did a phenomenal job directing and writing it. The cinematography looks fantastic. And that ending is emotional and very sad. This is one of the most depressing movies I've ever watched. And folks, that is why Manchester by the Sea is my number 1 pick as my favorite movie of 2016. Well done,
Okay.
Kenneth Lonergan. Well done.
So
Anyways, my number 1 best movie of 2016 is not only the best live action movie of that year, but the best movie of 2016. My number 1 is La La Land. Unfortunately, it's not Moonlight because I have not seen that movie yet, but I
Nice.
still need to watch that. But anyway, yep, it is, of course, my number 1. The story is really great from start to finish. The acting is really amazing, especially from Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling. Like, they had. Sorry about that. Aside from that, they had amazing chemistry for this movie. The pacing is really pretty good. The musical numbers. This is the best musical numbers of 2016. The shots for this movie are also stunning. Yep, all the shots. And my favorite song in the movie easily has to go to City of Stars. The screenplay is really good. The ending is very, very terrific. That is why La La Land is my best movie of 2016. Well done,
Ribbon,
Damien. Well-
you are last, and we'll call it a day.
All right, number 1. All right, here we go, the big moment. My number 1 is going to be a war film featuring Andrew Garfield. My number 1 is Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, damn.
Excellent movie right here.
Yep. I mentioned this at my number 4.
Out of all the films I've very watched that came around in 2016, this is definitely my favorite so far. It has such a compelling story from start to finish, giving out outstanding chemistry between our main leads. The screenplay is wonderfully written, and And most of the acting is wonderful. My favorite performance in the movie goes to Andrew Garfield as the main lead. He gave out outstanding performance. And considering that, and you know what? I'm just gonna say this: he should have won an Oscar on that movie. I'm just gonna say it right now. The directed by Mel Gibson is excellent, and he's the same guy who directed The Passion of Christ and, unfortunately, Flight Risk.
Oh god.
Yep, unfortunately. The editing, I actually don't mind the editing. They did a phenomenal job. I actually don't mind the pacing. It's slightly a mixed bag, but I actually don't mind it mostly. The film's production design is beautiful and nicely accurate to its time period. The film's CGI visual effects are outstanding. All the film's action sequences are breathtaking. The musical score by Robert Gregson Williams is breathtaking. And considering that he's the same guy who later on composed Wonder Woman 1 year prior, the same guy who composed the B movie and the Grown Up films, and not to mention the Aquaman duology as well.
The first movie of Grown Ups is pretty good, but the sequel sucks.
Yeah. The sound designs are so understanding, and the ending to the film is just my favorite endings of 2016 so far, and that is why Hacksaw Ridge is my number one. Everyone who is involved in this movie, give yourselves a pat in the back.
All right, guys. Before you guys leave, I have a question to say to you.
And that's
Was
a
it?
wrap.
Did you guys like today?
Yes.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, got to go now. Bye.
All right. See ya. See you for the
See-
next. See you the next
All right.
year.
Peace out. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.